to spend together. And I got you on, Tori. I have to get rolling though, so please be nice because, like I said, um, I wouldn't mind having you slap me up, just not right this second. And the only reason I'm doing this right this second is because I wasn't able to get one in yesterday, people. And I love spending time with y'all so much that I I didn't want to. And there was other things that I knew that I needed to. Oh, let me say hello. Also, there were other things that I needed to do so that I could get ready for my journey. And being cooped up in this, and old Debo's pigeon coop has not made it any easier on us folks. So okay, so I wanted to brush up kind of what's going on. I still haven't heard from Franklin and Five, so I'm praying for you, brother. I'm hoping that everything's okay. Usually you get on you, but I only go on YouTube. So as soon as I get a more secured platform, I'm going to start doing more stuff. Because, like I said, I get emails from the most oddest people, but then not from. And then I do get them from people that I wouldn't expect to get them from. So it's like a hit and miss. So before I, get too invested and like I said, my thing is I like to talk to people. I would rather my phone ring almost from a complete stranger, and then as long as I know they're coming over, I don't care about company. But yeah, it's that surprise catching me off guard. Well, anyway, so I want to pick up and kind of blend in God's way. And I want to do this within a very short amount of time. So I'm going to, because like I said, I don't think I'm going to have time tonight. So, and then there's a few things that happened yesterday. Well, there's a lot of things that happened every day, but like I said, I for the sake of just staying, um, uh, you know, uh, heading in this direction with this story and this journey, and also uh, collectively, kind of melding in things that are happening throughout the day is even becoming more of it's a challenge, but it's fun because it's, keeps me on my toes. And oh God, I just feel so young, which brings me up to, man, that was absolutely amazing yesterday. So, let me go ahead, and I just want to say real quick about this. This is the um this is the issue I'm having with the truck. So the issue, which I'm getting around, I believe here anytime soon. Today, I'm gonna try, is that my buddy Dean Summers, and he's even got the same. His initials are the same as mine. It's Dean R. Summers right there. Dean R. Summers. I probably should have, but you don't want to roll up on his. They, that wouldn't be good. In Leavenworth. So he's not there. He's in Texas now. When I bought the truck from him, um, I actually dropped him off at the train down there to go to Texas to see his son Alex, um, who was born up here in Renton, and I watched grow up. He's a young adult now. Alex is probably 19 now. But anyway, so I thought that was kind of neat. So he's there, and I don't have a title. I just have a vehicle report deal. Now, if I would have had the money at the time, I would have been able to. I would have been able to transfer it right there because he didn't have the title either. And like I said, he's. I love this man, but he got beat when we were kids, and he's never been the same. And very intelligent and stuff, but just and he's not in a hurry to do stuff. So he wasn't, his brother gave him the truck and he drove it around and he just kept, getting tabs or whatever. Well, anyway, it's a bit of uh, a nightmare. This whole meat market system that's just. So I don't want to waste all my time on that. So that's the issue. If I would have had the money, all that money, 200 and something dollars, I could have filed for the in lieu of title there. And I didn't think I would. I thought this would be it because this has my name. It has the $1,500 right here. It has all the stuff right here. But then right down here it says in big bold letters, does not transfer ownership. But right here it said, it's the craziest thing. It's all about money. So I finally got a hold of him this morning, and he's gonna fill out all this paperwork. The DMV. God, you just gotta love these people. DMV gave me all this stuff for him to fill out. Just crazy, crazy stuff. I am 52 years old, and I have never been through. It's just nuts. It's nuts. And let me tell you, it ain't gonna leave you with your head reeling for 2 seconds either. It's not one of them nuts. Um, but Millie, whew, man, I got that. I got your late. I was driving around and had to go pick up these tools from. I want to talk about that real quick. Also, those carving tools. That's why I took a picture of it. I'm just taking pictures of my tools to show them off. Other than my knives, because I want people to encourage people to sharpen their own knives. There's enough videos, videos to learn correctly to do it. But the fella that I had a good feeling about that one come to my house, and Mike, he invited me down to get these tools on my way down to see Pearl, because I it takes since this little crap, it takes months to get in. I'm serious, I don't have months. So I need to get rolling. They've already had me messed up for the last 5 years. They've had me all tripped up, and so we're rolling. It's a challenge. I'm not giving up. That's it. That's it. It already knows. It knows better. So yeah, I got you on, but I can't really pay attention. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn this off just for a second because I gotta get through this real quick so I can get the truck down to my buddy Craig's. I finally got a hold of him and Stracy. We're going to pull that axle. I can get those, because that's what you have to do to get to those brakes, because that's a floating axle, and I can do it. He's got a shop, and it's just whew, why wouldn't you use somebody that's gonna. I went to school with him on Woodside. I remember Tori talking about something about Woodside. It reminded me of my school. Anyway, now I'm going to get off track. So down there, he invites me to a little spot where he's doing some woodwork, and just really neat little pond. And man, I seen in my right when he was showing me, uh, I was already imagining, man, I'd like to build a walk, build some columns and put it on some just like a dock would be on pillars that sunk in with some. I've been around them all my life. I've I'm just completely, it's slipping my mind, but just drive them into the ground and build your platform, suspended, not too high. I would dredge it out. It wasn't that deep, but it was really really neat. You could tell it probably a lot of it wouldn't have been there hadn't it just rained a lot, but it was really kind of neat. A lot of good work. But what a blessing! What a blessing! Um, and then I was able to get down at 3 o'clock to get in without a appointment to get my license, which I have. It's a paper copy until my thing comes in, and once the hard copy comes in, they'll send it to me if I happen to be down yonder. So as I'm going there, I'm heading down Pearl to get to see Pearl to get in the door because I don't have an appointment. And as I'm going down Pearl in Centralia, I also my GPS was telling me on my phone to also go down Gold Street, and I'm just and I can hear our father just laughing it up, and it's just so much fun to be. And of course, these worms are everywhere, but just so many. So many also just beautiful God winks and confirmations. And so anyway, so there was that. So I got my license. Um, I expected just to roll right on in, to roll right on in, pardon me, and get my tabs. And she says, "Oh no, you're going to need this." And I went, "Wait a minute. I had to really, it was an opportunity for me to exercise some patience because I haven't really had patience most of my life. I just snap, hit spin cycle, and very quickly, and win, lose, or draw, it don't matter. It's going to happen. And that's, so I'm so happy that I've, allowed truth to kind of complete me as we go. Okay, so there was that. Um, Stopped off at Stewart's Meats, thought about getting you guys something, but then thought, well, I'm not going to do that until I get, because like I said, I'm just weird about that 3 times deal. I know you had nothing to do with some of that stuff, but you just have to, if you were in there, and hopefully, and you will someday, you'll be like, oh, okay, I get that. It's that's why I'm on a time. And it was given to me that time. Otherwise, it's just another day to me. It was not this year. So with a total of 7, and I don't make it up as I go along. I just follow the script as it's handed to me, and it seems that as I do that in faith, you can kind of gives you a magic marker in some areas. That was beautiful with that rainbow too, sweetie. You see, the Lord changed. He turned it right around. The minute you start to submit your life and you fight that fleshly desire, and it's all right. Just marry yourselves up. I know what it is to have. There's a reason why He gives us those desires and stuff. He's not a cruel God. Could have just made a bunch of animals and just do it like dogs, with just and so yeah, that's but yeah, and those 3 buttons, if that was it, that was pretty good. That was good. And the other thing, sexy's great for the husband, but I wouldn't say to someone's wife, or to some other wife's husband, hey, by the way, your wife, man, she looked real sexy today, a lot more sexy than last week. I didn't really care too much for her in that she didn't show enough, and it just wasn't there for me. It just doesn't seem right. Now I know women want to, I guess, feel sexy, and that's natural, and I can see it, but that should be, and this is going to sound absolutely, but there's some things that, a lot of things that I believe the true Indians, from not natives, from India, by just this little instance. So don't start running with it like a Billy Big Mouth Bass. That's another story. We'll talk about that. Bill and his fluff. Um, but yeah, I appreciated the fact that they don't promote rape by having having their women completely half naked. Of course, I don't. Phew, that's just, you're out there. I mean, women are to enjoy, but not to lust after, and that's not, and men, which I've almost come completely down. I'm gonna just say it, almost mastered the. I don't lust like that. I can, but I just don't. I'm not. Oh, don't think I don't have. Oh man, I burn like woo. Oh man, just like a, yeah. It's one of them big aerial shows, not a little bottle rocket. And yeah, no, it's different when you're living. And like I said, I had no idea that was even possible. I just let nature take its course. And that started to subside also. But the Lord's like, He was like, okay, man, you want to go, you want to, all right. Plus, in prison, I mean, anymore, you ain't going, you're not, you don't have any cell time. The only cell time you get is, and there's always people walking by, is when you're roommates get the hint and everybody's on their own schedule now. Okay, so I'm getting off because I'll get to that when we get to that. So there's that. So I'm working on that. He told me to send in the paperwork because I told him, listen, if I have to, I'm going to fly you up here. And he's like, don't worry about that, Donnie. Just send me because I love you. Don't worry about it. Just send me the paper. So I may have to do my 3-day trip permit and just really just get rolling. I might just give it a little sip. See, that's all I've drinking since that time. I've showed you this. You want to get that stuff off the bottom, all that mother and good nectar. Guava nectar, I'll use anything. Honey, guava nectar. I like rice milk. So anyway, I gotta try to keep it as short as possible. So it was amazing because Ruth, oh my God, I'm almost certain died from cancer, and that's why um, her handler got rid of her. Why would you leave a beautiful German Shepherd like Ruth? If you would have seen her, it was just you will. Everybody will, but not everybody will be able to enjoy her and be petting on her. And oh, your Ruth, she's so beautiful. Yes, she is. But he was feeding her human food. That's what the Lord told me. And see, I forgot. I didn't forget. It's just now we're covering it now. He thought it was cute. You don't feed your animals; they don't process that poison like we do. See, where the Lord says you're going to tread on this and you're going to drink that. Well, you better believe we already are. Don't think for even just a New York minute that we're not, because that's it. Because we are in a big way. Um, so, but also Rush, because I remember that fly by night and Ron, whom I answered that ad from and did that work and then brought them pictures to him. He turned out not to be a very nice man. Uh, but nevertheless, just like Judas, he'll use whom he chooses and gives us all opportunities. And just some people they just don't get it. They're just not, they're following with what they think is a gold shovel. And all it is, it's just, oh yeah, it's lead. And they're, all I want for Christmas is an alchemy set. They're just following, they're just digging it as they go. Oh, I know that so well. Yeah, I bailed off that ship of fools. Now I'm getting off track. So there's Rush, there's Ruth, there's Rush, and that fly by night just down the road, not very far from where I was at on God's Way. And those birds, exactly like from Belladonna, it just popped right on up. That's how it works. It's on my playlist now. And I grew up listening to that. I didn't know she had that. I didn't know she had written that many songs because I just I faded out of that because that wasn't cool to listen to. And tough kids don't listen to that kind of stuff. And you understand. You Rush. Oh, here we are. Didn't even try that. God, thank you, Father. What is it? Subdivision in the backs of cars. And thank you. It's not that I don't want you to be sexy. Oh my gosh. It's not that I'm trying to control you. For the love of truth. Don't you know what that does to people? What it can do. Yes, we have free will, but you don't want to tie yourself up as a lure. You're gorgeous just the way you are, just natural, like you thought when you weren't on camera. I was like, oh, this is great. I wasn't even. I was laughing in a good way, not in a bad. I would never do that. I don't do that kind of stuff. I never gloat or laugh over someone else's discomfort or stuff like that. That's some creepy stuff. See, John, I got your deal this morning, and even though I wasn't able to watch everybody's this morning because I've been doing stuff trying to get ready, I got to start that truck, but it's sitting right there, and I don't want it to rattle this thin old window right here, if that's what you even want to call this old trailer window. Whew. Talk about easy breezy. So there that was right there, and then Ted and his brother. I don't know what happened. how he was adopted, and I'm almost starting to think, and which I don't do much when not fully equipped. I just try to just stay on. It was funny yesterday. He says, "Man, this stuff will make you stupid." This weed, and I said, "Exactly, Mike." Yesterday, exactly. It sure will. And pardon me, just real quick. O'Reilly telling me my glow plugs are ready. That's something. Oh, there's Tori. Oh, there's Tori. It just came right back on because I love, love, love. That's right. That's right. That that's right. Love. So he may have just maybe he just said that. Maybe he never was, but they were so close, you know. Nobody was close to this family. This family was the most beautiful Mexican people I've ever, one of the most beautiful. A lot of them, a lot of creeps too, but just the most hardworking. Learned a lot. Beautiful, beautiful people, and oh man, I think that's probably where I got hooked on that food. Man, yesterday I was at the bank, which I have to go back to. Oh man, oh, what a nightmare! But this too shall pass, so it's just an opportunity, like I said. So, but yeah, I don't think he may have been adopted, but his son Pat was his Pat's son was the one that pulled the hot grease down, Mikey, up there in Springwood or Fairwood, up in Kent by Covington, and they flew him out of there. And I know that was painful, and it happened to Kim, my cousin, Bug's sister. Just some horrible stuff. Got to be real cautious, people, because those accidents, a lot of them are just carelessness. Anyway, I don't want to start because who am I, right? This is a process for me. I want to sing a song, but I ain't got time right now because you've already lit that fire. But that's beautiful, sweetheart. Yeah, and then I'll get back to Ted. Just hold on. But yes, I'm not trying to do that. You look so nice. I'm not going to leave any comments because I'm just not going to do that until I get you to let me know. You know how I need to know. You would have to know too. Yeah, I can pick up what you're laying down, or I believe I can. I think I can. I think, and that's all that's important until the 20th. Please, just if it means anything at all to you, just please don't. And I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I just live and I don't worry. I don't worry. The death threats, they're. I should have never even said that. I don't even like saying that word because it doesn't even apply to me at all, or you, or any of us like that. They're becoming. But those little stupid things. That's the only reason why that stuff's they just been they ramped it up for a day or so, and then they to show me that's what they're doing to other people. They already know. I don't get scared at stuff like that. I might act, but when it comes right on, it doesn't. But oh God, I've walked some of the blood alley for years. It's well, it sure seemed like it. Every day was seemed like a thousand years, or in some senses. Anyway, so yeah, well, he had his chance there, people, and I was right there, one of the biggest, in one of the most dangerous places, people, because our heavenly Creator was using me in a fashion that I would have believed, and it's just now I'm pretty sure I know now. However, I'm just gonna stay humble, and he said you'll never have to say it. I felt like my gut. I just got kicked with that mule by that mule. Anyway, Ted and his brother. So we camped in Anderson. didn't know. Knew I was going to California when she got me out of that 30-day sentence for the ass butt whooping that he got for the me and Bonnie. We'd sneak out on the boat or anywhere we could, and be together. And I needed that because the Lord knew what was fixing to come. He knew what was going on. He knew, of course. He gets report. It's all being recorded, and so it's a sad state of affairs. You guys are gonna have a real rude awakening. I'll tell you that right now. So let's see. But yeah, so I there I was in the camper in Anderson. Had no idea until I met Ron, and I couldn't believe what was going on. I couldn't believe what was going on with the 3ABN, the whack jack station, the all the the stuff that was starting to become. It's like multi-directional now. There is no, it's not there. It when you time is now, it's something way deeper than you're ever going to be able to until you, well, no, you're not, you will not ever. You see, it's a habit. It's a habit. That's a habit. Like give that old carrot a rabbit. It's but so anyway, there that is, and there that was. And so when I was heading back, I that's where I stuck that pin, that safety. I wasn't. I didn't want anybody, any fag. Excuse, I'm not trying to, but I that's what I said to myself. I ain't gonna ever have any fag look at me like that, because my buddy, um, that staff member, actually, his name was Doug. You could roll it back. Probably had those little round glass, little short dude, little cocky, little badass, little white dude in a house of all black people, basically. The majority. And he was King Schnizzle. For a little dude, little kind of red haired, kind of brownish red hair, had a little red beard. I liked him. I liked him a lot. I really liked that dude. He was a good dude, and he told me what that was with that earring, because nobody wore an earring. Who wears an earring? What kind of guy wears an earring? That's like a guy back then. Back then, if he was to wear a dress, you'd have to have some serious cojones to even to wear a kilt, which my brother does now. But he said he don't give a shit. He cares about how he feels. He don't care about how he looks. And believe me, I've watched him knock two huge dudes out. Now he did steal their stereo. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he's like, well, they're coming right now. And he went and got another big old neighbor. He beat those two dudes, huge dudes, in 7-Eleven while I'm getting a chili cheese hot dog. I watched the whole thing going on. I just ate it because I knew I wasn't paying for this. Because matter of fact, after this, we's either going to jail or we're getting away. So, oh, it was the big one. You would I don't even want to. It was crazy if you would have seen it. It was the craziest thing. That little dude, it was like a little ferret, a little weasel, like a little mongoose, just climbed right up one side and down the other and kicked this one and did all this and that. They destroyed half of one aisle, and then the dudes just, you ain't wheezing the juice here anymore. Of course, couldn't go in there after a while, but for quite a while. And then when I did, he remembered. Oh, those Indian dudes, they're not stupid. It's that diet, people. So anyway, I'd like to just snort the out of you, but I won't. I won't. So, um, let's see. So there was that right there, and that Fly By Night album. I got hip to that. He had a beautiful piece, and he had that white cockatiel. Was it cockatoo? Cockatoo. It was a cockatoo, because I get them mixed up too. Cockatiel is what I had. That was Mac, right? Yeah, he was a little old Mac. I think it was a cockatoo. cockatiel. One of the two. Anyway, the big white bird is the one that we'd see at the Volkswagen dealership. They're going down go Roxbury and then I think Delridge and heading to the Red Shield. My cousin used to play Forrest used to play football there, and Ronnie and I didn't till later on, but I did play soccer. They got into all that, and they had a huge that white with the the yellow crest, and we used to go in every day and look at it. They'd let us look at it. Of course, they didn't want us near them beautiful cars on that showroom floor, but that was to kind of draw people in, and probably the kids they didn't necessarily want to draw it. So, and there it was when I seen that on that, I was like, wow. I was like, God, it looks just like her too. He's like, yeah, there's a lot going on, son. You're just like I want to share how intimately I know some of these bands, but I don't have that permission. You guys are picking up, I think, what's going on though. This is just amazing what's happening. Yeah, time is not like you might think. It's not, and it's trying to change that. It's trying to change it. It's trying to change that so there's nothing left for our heavenly creator to gaze at, nothing to recognize, nothing at all. Completely tripped up its little followers too. Got it thinking just a big old lie also, which is I never would have thought it was that either. It's the craziest thing. Talk about a triple cross. It's amazing. Okay, so anyway, so and then I got to get going. 31. I got to get rolling. I got to get this truck going. Of course, they're these people. They know better. Oh, they know better. Mrs. Buttersworth. Oh, he looks so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Like you always look. You look great. And a lot of your followers, too, they're not just greasy ass people that are doing some stuff like I said, I'm not trying to be a hater and rain on your, because that's not what truth is all about. Becoming as we are. Plus, that just, I wouldn't get, I know better. I know how I receive what I do and what I'm able to transmit. I know how I receive that by not lying. That's one of the golden rules. Thou shalt not lie. And when you just once you get that, also everything else becomes a light. Pun intended. Everything else. Oh man. Hmm. Crash. Oh yeah. Oh, and I like that arc. I like that arc. I like that. I kind of picked that up. I picked that up but I just again when I hear just like them that God, see, I can't even say it. I used to be able to just to say it because I collect them. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. It has nothing to do with the man. It's just that it's almost like I had been conditioned to brainwash myself because I didn't understand why I was feeling what I was for Millie and just driven to go there because I thought it was for something complete to share this story, to share this journey on a platform like that because I wasn't able to get anybody here to secure this because I was having weird stuff happen and I needed to secure this and I was going to just say, you know what, I'm going to roll it right now. I'm just going to do the book right now, right here. And I know, and I've had so many people tell me, oh my gosh, you'll make so much money. I'd pay for it. I've had people tell me with that story, just a little of what you told me, you need to write a book. You can charge quite a bit. And I said, I'd never do that. You know what I charged? What I was charging? $9.99 because that's what Jonathan Clark suggested, if that was even his real name. It may have been an angel, and I'm almost certain it might have been now. I'm not certain what kind of angel, but it's just some real crazy, amazing stuff's been happening. Anyway, so just every day, all day, miracles. If you were in my shoes, and you will be, and it be coming, you're gonna yeah, that's not him. You were right. No, that's not him. That's not him at all. That's not him. That's a you know what, Graham. That's an old a Billy Graham movement. That's what he told me. I said, "What? Billy Graham? I didn't even know. I heard about him." And I was like, I said, "Oh, Billy Graham." If I was to even, I'd never even told people about this journey, this vision, this dream, what got me to go and just turn myself in the first time. I don't do that. Now, especially after on a 4-year run and you're doing just fine, or you think you're doing just fine. Let me just say that. Oh yeah, money, money, money. Because money's not my god. The Lord said, "Oh, son, don't worry about that. You'll have to three accountants. You'll three accountants, and you make sure each one is all being held accountable because there's going to be a lot of moolah rolling. You're going to be able to help a lot of people, and that's what I like to do. As long as I'm feel good and I'm happy about. I'm simple. I don't even complain about food I eat. But you know, it really didn't matter because she was always a good, she was really a good cook. And that might have been one of the also the the poison darts that got stuck right here along with all the other scars in my head. If you looked real close, I got so many scars it's on my head you wouldn't believe really how many I've got. But but it's all right. I'm just you know yeah. Um. So back to the ranch and those olive trees. I was going to actually extract some of the oil with those bubble bags because I was starting to learn how to make bubble hash, extracting stuff for my in between. I was meeting a bunch of people because people don't just let you roll down their driveway when they're dealing, yeah, or they're growing potentially $500,000 worth of that's a death sentence for people that have no absolute no morals and are just completely just creeped out, creepified, freakified what it's trying to do to us people. So I started meeting individuals and through word of mouth mostly, and then Jerry actually get his word was pretty good, and because he beat that cancer right up on that hill, right in that rock house he built with his own hands while he was dying. He built that house. He said he painted that front yard under that tree. He said he painted that whole with vomit. And I knew that feeling. I came off that hill that night with all that stuff. That's what got me on God's way. But it was also actually no, it was our heavenly Father that. And you're right, smoking it, God, completely robs you of every absolute uh, sense of motivation and just concentration and it's not a eating it is a whole nother story if you're doing it for but smoking it once you put heat up under that just like coke or anything else even coke once it's extracted it's been taken from it's been altered completely away from our where our creator has designed it to be and intended for and people they of course that's why we have laws and most of them aren't good ones. So, and then the ones we do have that are good, they don't even follow anymore. Nobody even follows them. So, okay, I got 38. Okay, so what was it there was a few other things I wanted to brush up on. So, yeah, Ruth, she got her owner killed her, is what happened. Her owner killed her. Yeah, no. If I thought she got poisoned, no, the Lord, I would have probably lost it. Because he was already going, has this hit you like a little 3 gram, you know, light thing? But now it's become much heavier and it has hit me. And so I don't, that's why those threats, they don't stop me from doing what I need to do. They think they don't scare me. That's why it doesn't scare me to give my number out. I don't care. I know they got my stuff, but they've been following me for 50 some years. They've been trying to get me on their team for a long time and knew they couldn't, so they were trying to destroy my sanity and outright have me kill myself because they can't do it. That's really where we're at here. And you know where we're going with this, right? That's it. Oh, I can already see it now. I'm looking out. It's beautiful. God, people, I can't wait. I just want to sing a song. Sing a song. I can't wait. So that's right. Dave came up. He got the car that was left there. Martinez, he ended up, him and I, see, I was going to buy that piece of property. I was gonna do that. That's why he brought me those cats up too, because he knew I was gonna grow. He didn't even he couldn't even understand English, but we spoke, and he knew, and I knew, and it was amazing. So he brought me those two. And today, I seen that on what was it, Donut. Sorry, Alex. Um, uh, on Donuts, his cat looked just like the two that Mr. Martinez brought up from Chico. Uh, and he said, "Yeah." He smiled. Well, he knew. Well, he knew because when I said that to Florentine, who's also a Mexican from around there, good guy. He said, "Oh no, he knew you were gonna. He expected you to grow. He wanted you to because he was losing that piece of property that he bought from the guy that owned it before, the Mexican that was right next door that I thought might have been the one that poisoned my dogs, but I'm not certain. It was probably the dude on the right of me. Uh, but yeah, I won't even. Once we get to that part, I'll share the things that happen. That's why when you get angry, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, that halt. It's a good, unless you're fasting or you wanna halt. You wanna just kind of just um, chill and just wait and be patient and pray, and it'll come to you because when you start going running, and I'm not talking about right there. Eternity's running, so don't let's not get that confused. Because I'm not trying to have anybody douse out a fire that's some getting. I'm seeing's getting somewhat lit, and I'm really pleased with that. If I'm reading all that right, Millie, I'm absolutely. And you're so gorgeous. You've got all them. You don't have just a bunch of spank hank happy. That's not what I was implying. You got a bunch of very intelligent, beautiful women on there that you should you know that. If you don't, well, you do now because I know that our heavenly Father just made that clear. So and yeah, that's right. He speaks right through us because I know I'm in the spirit. I'd try not to ever walk outside of it because it's I don't my best thinking gets me in some really crazy stuff, and that's why whew, me pockets full of Jiminy Crockett today. Isn't it a beautiful thing? I was going to send you some beef jerky. That's right. Sure enough was. That's right. But I'm not doing that right now. I got we're getting to the I like where I believe we're going with this. But man, you're gonna have to say it eventually or something. But before you just get moving, sweetheart, or just and I'll just be on my little old way. But I still want to come up and say hi and meet Gavin and I'd like to meet Phoebe and Tori and all that and give those who care a hug and but man you better make sure you're so you're because I can feel the goosebumps already. Be a beautiful thing, really. Unless you already tell me, then it would. Then once I know, once you tell me, then then I'm then I'm gonna be. I'm good. I'm good either way. But I still wanna. I'm that kind of guy that. Plus, there's things I could be doing up that way anyway. I gotta make my rounds and do a few things. Man, I mean, I've been almost been all and with nothing, absolutely nothing, nothing. In the good Lord, He always provides, even when I wasn't worthy of it. He knew my heart, though. He knew. I was running. If you're not running to something, you're running from it, people. Just so anyway, okay, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up here real soon. So yeah, and then I'll get back to God's way because there's a lot that happened. Stopped eating at Lila's. Of course, you knew about that. We talked about that. Kayla was one of the that was I forgot had forgotten her name. Was the home wrecker. Uh, and which just like I said blew me away. So any of you guys out there that are cheating on someone that you say you love, you might want to rethink that whole deal because everything you do is being it's being a you're writing your own meal ticket, and you're not going to get a hall pass. It's not going to be a Bueller uh, Bueller. You're not going to be out on a float. Uh, yeah. What a he. God, I wanted to just crack him, but that wouldn't have done any good, would it? Have Miss? Cause you're such a good teacher. I don't even want to say Miss T because it spells it out. It's Tor. It's Tori. But you guys get the gist of it because I'm on that, and I don't even know if I'm not watching this if it's even going up. Sometimes it don't. It has been, but it won't for some. It won't for Mr. L at all. It won't. Oh, Mr. L. See, now I'm going to. So we'll get back to God's way at another time. So, Mr. L. Oh, Mr. L, you are amazing. I knew it. See, I knew it. You'd never really. I have never seen you perform like this. I just knew it. In my heart, I had. You see, in my heart, I had, and I've always liked you. I've always liked you. I've always liked you, loved you, but liked you, even though I couldn't stand and got angry at some of the stuff you were saying, I still liked you, and that's just what kind of I'm a real person, becoming such a beautiful thing. And you never acted out this way, Mister, and I love it. I always knew that about you and Robin, boy. Man, you guys would have just man. Oh, poor Robin. I'm so sorry, but it's all gonna be all our tears, every single one being collected, accounted for, and going to be returned. And you're like, who would want to return tear? Would really? Oh no, in a way that you could never ever imagine. That account when it's balanced out, oh, you'll just have so much. Your cup's going to overflow. That's why I get so excited. My heart right now is pounding. It pounds because I know the truth. That's what keeps me faithful. That's what keeps me motivated. Oh, don't think I can't get jealous. Oh, believe me, I can get jealous and it could get real ugly very fast. That's why I say don't let that date go by. We have to or just because it's so important. It's so important. I've made that trek twice. That's what that poem was. That was about you. That was about you. I wrote that about you. Don't be mistaken. The trip I've taken. It was about us. It was about a lot of other things also. He helped me hang on even after they overrode my custody and slung me into that crap hole. They knew. I when I seen that still yesterday next to Mike, I was like, I don't like reckless eyeballing people's stuff, especially when it's they're inviting you to their property because that could be a bad indication. But those chainsaws, man, you see that in the color, and it just kind of when it does something to you. You'd have to have worked in the woods to know what I'm saying. My hands there attest to it. I have this damn big old knot right here that I have to massage because it's like a Charlie horse that just. And so you know, I'm just relentless on it so it doesn't think it's can be slack or laissez-derrical. Is that what it is? Is that how? I'm gonna have to Google that. But I got Tori on still. See, because I love Tori, Phoebe, all that. God, yeah, I love you guys. Once I start, like I said, it's hard not to love you people, even when you piss me off and anger me. I have to, I have to say, Father, please, and he says, okay, and he helps me out so that I don't lash out when I know that it's just because you're scared, which confuses, and that's what it loves. Oh, and then it's running all this crap on you, running this. It's not game at all. It ain't good game. We'll play good games. We'll play games that'll just it won't make you feel guilty or ashamed or used or dirty or no. Well, I got to get rolling here pretty soon. So yeah, Mr. L, you're amazing. Mrs. L, thank you so much. Once I get a secured thing and I start learning how to, because I have a hard time even going on Mike's thing. I'm trying to look at pictures and my phone is they got it. It's bugged up. It's not just my ignorance, which there's I'm sure enough of that to go around, but that's not it. I know I see things that I see now. Something that has changed that they haven't done in a while, which is really odd because it's the same old computer I have here. Is I literally had to refresh every time I wanted to send. I would have to refresh, and they said, "How's he doing that?" And they weren't saying how's he doing it, but they were saying how's he doing it because they were talking from abroad to each other. In this case, they were doing that. He says he must be refreshing. And I said, "Yeah, you suckers. That's exactly because I heard this voice refresh." I said, "What's refresh?" Go to that little circle thing and that's what that is. And I went up and I did it, and I went and I said, "Oh yeah," mhm. Because they were making it to where I wasn't seeing it. It wasn't that I was being blocked. They were making it where it looked like it was going up, being received, but it wasn't. You see, and then they were changing. Yes, changing my not a little Thumbelina where I was getting uh, F mixed up with G or D with F or R with F or C or anything like that. No, mm-mm. No. I'm talking about if I let the chat if I let it because they were they got me so I couldn't speak fluently like I was led to speak. So I wouldn't lose the subject, lose the translation in the moment of whatever was needing to be uh, res- uh, transmitted, what I was supposed to, that little transmission to share. So I'm like, oh, you want to talk about, I was like, man. And he's like, just relax, son. This is part of teaching you some patience. I know it's driving you, but this is part of it. This is where you make the wrong decisions. That's what it does. It confuse, control, conquer. And it loves that confusion. I am not the author of that nor the finisher of that at all. So don't, when that starts happening, halt, stop, stop, and just be still and know I am God. Know this, and I got this. Doesn't matter. Even if harm does come upon you, it's going to be for their demise and your own good. Oh, it is. Oh, it has all that. If you even experience a little pain, it's gonna be so bad on them, and you are gonna hand down that which is causing them to do that. That is motivating them. That is intending to. That's what you're gonna judge. That you're gonna actually impose a sentence on that. Oh yeah, it's our heavenly Father that's going to judge those that have made that decision to allow that into them, and because after a while they're just serving their flesh, and they've got. But you know that the Lord has more respect for people that are cold. I'll go and then I gotta. He wants you hot, but because that lukewarm, there's so many people that want to get out of that hot or that cold. They want to get out of that cold. So if they see a lukewarm, then they don't get to the hot. That the seeds, they fall on rocky. You see the birds come, and the sun comes out and dry. That's the illustration. That's what he just gave me that one. I'm like, gosh, I need to write that one down. That's amazing. He said that's what that means for me. That's what that means. Huh. So that's what that means. Well, I knew he wants us to be hot because you be lukewarm, man. Whew, that's what got me turned off from religion. And that's what's the apostasy. That's just these sun worshipers. No, no, I'm not talking about you guys. I know you got the Holy Spirit, some of you, and this and that, but you just remember, you seek ye first the kingdom, and humanity shall not live on bread alone. Don't go by what they're. You go by pray. You'll and then let it be settled in your mind. And once that takes place, once it's settled in your mind, but if you got even a little bit like that yeast, you better wash the inside of that bowl. Because I don't care how clean the outside. I don't care how pretty you may look like you seem. You sure don't feel that way. That's why a lot of people, because they want to feel that way. They want people. They need that attention so they can feel. And I understand. I understand getting. Same with these tools. What a beautiful thing. I'm making the right decisions. The Lord's using other people to do. That's a blessing because I couldn't afford stuff like that when I did that pole, that totem, which means a lot. I couldn't. I was using stuff my dad was using on dry wood, and that book made it very clear. Make sure it was wet, but he does stuff dry. This Mike guy, and does some amazing work. And my daughter's like, I've seen a lot of this stuff. I know this. She said, the guy that does the metal work. I said, yeah. She goes, oh yeah. She goes, I've seen. I said, wow, man. I said, yeah. This guy. This is so. You can't even. And she works at Nisqually, and he made that. He did the carving for the. And I was led to. It looks like it's buffering here. See, they send me a bunch of stuff right now. You should see all the. I can show you a bunch of dies in rec, dies in this, dies in that. They just started. This is a new one. These are all new ones they do. Yeah. Okay. Look. Watch here. Okay. Actress dies at I don't even want. Okay. So actress lives at 26 years old. Cause of birth. Okay. Beloved actor lives after 55. The actor lives from cancer. But we know that where I'm replacing that with. Let's see. Then and again, oh, they doubled this one up. Actress lives age 26. This is, oh, Puyallup Jester on Mr. L's deal. I seen it on the live chat. Thank you for leaving that up. Oh yeah, see, this is the kind of this is the stuff that come on, focus in, sucker. Do as I say, gargoyle. Do as I say. You won't talk to me that way, will you, baby? No, like, unless I'm like, get the net, sweetheart. Hurry up, man. It's a huge wally biner. That's what they call walleyes in up in Ely. Anyway, there's that. So I can't get it to focus in. I'm a little bit of an. I get a little bit foolish sometimes, and I want to get. I want it I want it to see things my way. Pun intended. Anyway, so there's that. Ooh, we're running. I gotta get off. I gotta get off here, sweetheart. So I love you, and yeah, I so much love you. Oh man, you're so beautiful. God, you're so beautiful. I love them three buttons too. Yes, I see that. God, if I'm seeing that right, man, that's so respectful and stuff. I'm not trying to control you, sweetheart. That's I want to share you with the world, and I had planned on it. Don't you know that? It's just I know what them fags are doing. It's like that needle I stuck through my ear. That's what I got sidetracked off. Blood everywhere. I didn't want them touching me. I didn't want them ever touching me again like that. And that was the only way I could do it. And I knew I was heading back to jail. I could have ran away, but I wanted to make sure I got back to to Bonnie. That's why I didn't have sex with those two girls that took me into that tunnel and showed me those black widows that I thought. I remember I told you that tree that I climbed up, that was right across from Ted's mother's house. We were staying in the camper, that same camper I had loaded up with all that stolen stuff years later. And I learned that from Lester. It had come up from Concord. What are you saying, baby? Not baby in a bad way. I don't usually call. I will never do that. One second. No, yeah, she's not my baby at all. I thought that was Tori. I mean, not in a bad way. I mean, never, ever. So, anyway, yeah, I got to get rolling. The sun's coming out. I got to get rolling. I got to get down there and get that. I don't even want to tell you because you'd think I'm. Oh, it's one. I got to go. I got to go. It's past an hour, and I have to stay disciplined, or else I just won't. I won't get going. So I love you so much. I love all you guys very, very much, and yeah, it's just so much to say, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to break these down into hour segments. This movement is just like the Lord showed me back in '06, this Graham movement that's going to go for like 3 nights, and then you'll move along, and then pretty soon people will be starting to invite you guys places, and the people will get on board with the team, and this ain't going to be no big eyes or little you thing. Really, that's what the Lord showed me a long time ago. That's not because there's these different gifts. They're and a lot of healing going on, a lot of amazing things, people. Oh my goodness, oh Lord, I can feel it already. It's so amazing. And they knew it was coming. They just didn't know. They don't know when it's coming. Its final deal is it just knows that people are waking up and it's got to put a kibosh on it. There's more to this than you might think, people. It's more. They're trying to trip up. They're trying to trip up progress, and we just have to keep rolling. We have to pray for one another, and don't be so hard on yourself. Just don't lay up and think about sin and what you can do to try to, because you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody. So just be honest and stay honest, and that's all you got to do, and you've won. Once you keep that number one, seek ye first the kingdom, and you're going to be able to love your neighbor. You seek ye first the kingdom, you're going to be able to love yourself enough to love your neighbor, the one that's throwing dog crap over your fence, because you know what I'm saying. Of course, I told his daughter yesterday, just open up. He usually keeps the. Well, I don't want to say that right now because I know you creeps are. He'll just blast you. That old man. He'll just shoot you. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with him. I love him. She said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, just go ahead and go in." Well, I'm his daughter. I said, "That's fine." I said, "We keep an eye on him." Anyway, she goes, "All right," went in, and so he let. We don't even talk. I gave him one of my ginger. So I have ginger beer I drink. I get a case of it. It's called Hoofenlafken. No, I don't know what it's called. I can't even. I can't. It's some kind of. I think I've taken a picture of it. It's got a little. Oh, they're so good. It's ginger beer. They brew it. It's brewed in just like beer. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's so good. It's got particles. Oh my gosh, ice cold. Whew. That's better than a beer. That's why I don't drink beer, because I have good times where I've drinking beer and things have been just fine. And that was the hinge in that kingpin, little linchpin. That's what pulled the link out of my little happy bike ride there. Like my brother going down Saltwater Park Hill. God, what a mess. I've never seen a kid fly that far, ever. Now, I've seen him fall almost as far on his head, but never fly. Yeah, no, that does it every time. So anyway, I love you guys. I got to go, and I'll try to get back tonight, but that's why I did this now, because I didn't know, and I didn't want anybody to panic. Millie, I used to say mine for sure. When I said Rob, I went right on, brother. I would just stuff would come to me just to play, just to get you guys to earn your trust. That's what the Lord was doing. That's exactly what was going on. And don't think it wasn't surprising me. It was surprising me too, but not that much because I kind of always knew in that sense. But I was starting to live a different life. I had given my life to our heavenly Creator, and so I was becoming that which we're all created to be in that reflection. It's like he said today. We just walk it out. We walk it out. We start becoming. We start. Oh, yeah, it's buffering. Yeah, this thing. You see, it plays a lot of games, and I keep it cleaned up. I mean, I don't keep anything running. My son showed me how to clear it and stuff because he tries to come to. I know I'm out over, but he tries to come to some conclusion like the stuff I've experienced over here, so that you can have an answer to some things that could be quite puzzling and might scare you if you didn't really know that you were becoming uh, something that's can never it can never be killed. Death, where's your sting? People, it's over. You know the truth. It's a done deal. It's over. We got Valhalla. You want to talk Valhalla? Axle grease? Oh yeah. Oh, we'll be going to Hawaii. Don't worry. We're going to be going to Hawaii soon enough. Oh yeah. Whether we have to twinkle it in and just get it dealt with, or enough people are pulling out of this, getting out of her, because they said they'll come out of her. I pray every day, Father, just let me ring out, just let me ring out another one, Father. And he's like, all right, son, just please, just let us get through. Where do you hear our? Yes, I do. I said, oh, Father, thank you so much. And thank you. He says, and thank you. You see, and you just thank someone else. You heard what she said. It's right there. It's right next to you. And there's places, I want to say this too. There's places here. That's why I said this, so that you wouldn't. It's not that I'm trying to force anybody to wear a mask. Oh no, I'm the last one that does that kind of stuff. Oh, right? Go back and watch a few episodes. You already know. Take it, and people that know that I've made and done everything that I say, that that's just even just a little smidgen of it. But I carry a tasteful mask, and because there's places you can't go that you have to go here, like let's say to go into a bank that people don't go into because they go through the drive-through, because you have to sign papers. You can't do it through it. You have to go in for whatever reason because they got to open a safety deposit box, and you can't do that. And you ain't going into this bank without a mask. Now, also the DMV. You don't have an appointment. You need your license. What are you going to do? Tell her, well, I don't wear a mask? What you do is you just smile with your eyes and you keep it right down here. At least I do. And they look at you a little funny because she did tell me, well, go ahead and pull it all the way up. But didn't make me take any eye stuff. She just said, can you see far away without your glasses? And I took them off and I went, yep. Down like, and she goes, okay. Like this. She said, okay, that'll be $260. Yep. $260. Huh? That's it. $260. And they want me to go through all this. They want me to go through all this on my truck. When all I would have had to do, if I had 200 and something dollars that day, we could have did not just the release of interest. But I said, I ain't got that kind of money. She said, well, you can do this instead, which is, if you look on that piece of paper. Isn't that crazy, people? It was, the filing fee was $4.50. Registration was 50 cents. We have a license plate technology was 25 cents. Registration service fee was $8. Isn't that lovely? It was $8. So a grand total fee of $13.25. Well, at least we had a 7 in there, right? A 2 and 5 is 7. It don't matter. We still have a 3 also. So there that is. Now, if I would have had all that money, if they would have, would have, could have, should have, if I would have gave them that money, if I had that money to give them, that's sad. I wouldn't have been going through all this. Isn't that sad? So, but this isn't good enough. That's not good enough now because I didn't have the money then. Even he said, Dean finally got a hold of him, sent me he said, I'm sorry, Roy. No, don't worry about it because I'm sending him a ticket, a plane ticket. I'm having Ralph, because she's good at that. Look, she's the one that booked all my stuff when I was being faithful, heading down to Century Inn. That was when I met Victoria. She spilt her life story, no secrets. And the Lord, long before that, told me, "Oh, all this Victoria's Secret stuff. Oh no, it's all. They're getting all gussied up for. It's all gonna. Oh, it's gonna heat up, but in a way that they're not. It's like wax to a flame, people, and all that. And we're gonna see. And I said, we're gonna see. And he goes, yeah, but you're gonna see it in a way that you're gonna be like, because you're gonna have to see it, because there are people that you're gonna really love that are going to be in a place that and then you're going to be responsible for, the punishment of those that steered them wrong. So you're going to have to see all the opportunities they also had, the same as you and I and everyone else. Oh, it's a beautiful thing to have free will, really, Millie. I love you so much. And like I said, man, we'll just be the best friends. But if I'm reading that correctly, God, I love those big old buttons too. God, girl, you're so sexy to me. And you are so beautiful to me. Joe Cocker, I always knew that a long time ago, but I didn't know why. But, he has so much courage, just like you when he got on stage, said, standing right next to you, it's a bold thing to say. Bold thing to say, but it was the truth. Standing right next to you. It's the truth. And it makes you free. Death, I ask you, Death, where is your sting? Death, where is your sting? Oh, baby, I love you so much. Oh, I can't wait. I've been so absent without my wife. So absent. The Lord said, and because you're so faithful, that's why it's going to be like rockets. Real rockets, loving rockets. Oh, man. Whew. Oh, what a glorious thing to be alive and living. My heart right now is just... oh, yeah, I need another sip of this. And then I got to get going because look what we've done. See, this is making love, people. Did he say that? Because you guys have perverted it. That's what you've done. You've taken sex and a God-given beautiful thing, right? And you've cheapened it. Gives you all that beautiful feeling, which is nothing. You're ripping yourself off, and you're signing your own meal ticket. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a rude awakening, and it ain't gonna be popcorn toes. Ooh yeah, baby. Oh, I love popcorn. I like popcorn with brewer's yeast on it. And don't say yuck. Oh, it's good. It's good for you too. Okay, I gotta go because I'll just sit here and do this. And I want to get back on here for a minute and let you all know I love you. I love you, Millie. I love you, Tori. I love all you guys. I do. But I am still in love with you, Millie. And like I said, with all these miracles happening, right? If your husband is whom you introduced him to be back then, and you went like this, and I went okay, and I said, all right, I get it. Don't you remember? I said okay, I understand, but I must have meant enough to you then, even enough then for you to have done that, right? What would have made you do that to anybody else on the live chat? A lot of freaks on there were doing a lot of weird shit. A lot of good people that you still have followers, also, and gaining and counting new followers, subscribers. Praise the good Lord. But I understand a lot more than you might think, and I believe you understand that now. So, who would have you? have done that? I say, who would have you have done that for on that live chat when you were in Axel Grease's? Who would have you have done that? Taken him, Gavin, and had him sit there like that. Well, and by the way, I don't sit and rewatch videos. I can't do that because I can't even watch the last one. I was only able to watch a small glimpse of the buttoned up deal because I can't see straight. I lose my eyesight. I literally do. I lose. I almost start to lose focus of reality, and I got to stay on focused and on track. So yeah, just it's same as the miracles and all the confirmation and everything that you decided to display there while at Axel Grease's. I mean, who would do that, right? The same as I believe our heavenly Father could undo something that He has done. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying I have to assume that that's a possibility. You know, you kind of, you know, in a big way, you just kind of sat and waited and went, well, because you were scared and you waited and you were like, well, I don't even really, but you knew though. You can't say you didn't know. I didn't just go away. I had to do what I had to do. I didn't like it. That song says I didn't choose for that to happen. That body like a back road, that was a new song. My brother sent that to me. Here, bro, before we meet up here at Packwood, he goes, I want you to hear this song. And I listened all the way up. That's why I shared it. I was like, man. And I was getting hit on all the time, all over people that camped up there. Are you kidding me? And don't think I wasn't alone. But in my mind, I just needed to be faithful, regardless of the outcome, because everything that has become of it, that's it. Because what he has instilled in me because of my faithfulness. Okay, I have to go. Now I'm 16 minutes over. Okay, I love you. I got to go. All right. Let's see. Where are you? Okay, I'm back for a second. I got a few things to catch up on. Love you guys. It was called a